Today we'll be doing Keeper from Hackthebox, which is an easy Linux machine. So the Nmap scan here shows port 22 open and port 80. So first thing first, we'll go look at the web server on port 80. And we see here that the domain is tickets.keeper.hackthebox. And when we click it, we can't enter, right? So what you have to do here is you go to your terminal, you type sudo nano etc hosts, and then you type in the and we need the IP as well. So we can go here. So what this basically does is an internal like DNS. So because it's a Hackthebox lab and it just gets spun up, it's not on the actual internet. You need to tell your computer where to go, basically. So you're mapping the IP to this domain, and now we can just Control X and then Y, enter, and it should work now. If we refresh, we're in. So first of all, we see that there's a login page, and we see request tracker. One thing you could do is request tracker default login. So always check for default logins and try them. It could be a pretty easy win. So root and password. Root, password, and it works. So now let's see. Looks like some basic ticketing system. So we'll click around a little bit. I'm kind of doing it raw, so I'll come back when I find something interesting. Okay, so I found some default credentials, right? What I did here is I went on admin, users, and then you see there's two different users. So we can click on this, and we see here comment about this user. New user, initial password set to welcome 2003. So we can try to SSH in. Let's see, we need the username, which is El Norgard. And then the IP address. Enter. Yes. And then we need the password. And we're in. We got a user, I think. ls user.txt, and we have user. Let's see. Adventure mode. Okay, and now for the privilege escalation. We see here that there's a zip file, and usually in the user, the default user home thingy, there's only user.txt, so if there's something else, check it out. We can unzip or actually what we can do is we can send it over to our computer. It might be a little bit easier. So python 3-m http://server 80. So maybe 1337. Okay, so why that didn't work is because there's already a web server on port 80. So you gotta use something else because it's occupied. And then we go to our own computer and we do wget http. We need the IP. and then we need the file that we want. So let's see, the file is called RT30000. We need to specify the port as well, because default port is 80, and we're using that. Okay, so the file is finally transferred. We'll unzip RT, and it made two things. So KeePass dump full and passcodes. I'll just do a little bit of research and I'll come back to you. Okay, so what I found was the KeePass dumper has a CVE that can extract the password. So what we'll do is we'll copy this. You do git clone URL. That just clones the repository, so you don't have to open it, create a file, paste in the code, etc. It's a little bit easier. And sometimes it has requirements, and this just downloads everything at the same time. So cd KeePass dump. And we can try Python 3 KeePass dump and do that. I think it was KeePass. Okay, so what I did here is I just pressed tab twice, and that lets me move around with my arrows. Use that and enter. Okay, so we need F for file. And we got something. So sounds good. I'll give me another second and I'll find out where to use this password. Okay, so I fixed it. So what you have to do, right? You first have to install KeePass 2 with sudo apt install. If it doesn't work, you have to update first with sudo apt update, and then you have to use KeePass 2 on the passcodes, and that opens this thing. And I tried the password, but the thing is, on the dump here, there is things missing. You see 0 unknown, 1 nothing, so it's corrupted. But if you type in the corrupted part, you find rødgrøt med fløte, which is Danish. It's what's the word? Something. And if you type in that here, you just press yes, you get something. So here we see SSH RSA, and that's a key. So what I had to do is I had to copy the whole thing from like here and then into this, Control X on that, and then I had to use puttygen to make it a usable RSA key, like that. And now I can SSH like that, and key, not open SSH, was that one I used? And we're root, so we can cd root cat root.txt. Boom. Okay. And thank you for watching. That was Keeper from Hack the Box. See you in the next one.